Buddies, what's going on?
Practicing my robot for the Olympics this weekend. Yeah, my birthday weekend. Welcome to Overpromised, episode 58. Covino and Rich from Fox Sports Radio.
What do you want, a cookie?
What?
Oh, your birthday weekend.
Oh. Way to ruin my excitement.
Oh, sorry.
Just more reason to celebrate.
I thought you were excited to see NFL. We got 2 more preseason games that are going on like right now.
Or it's my birthday weekend.
Oh, who do you got for the win? You got the Giants or the Lions?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Lions.
Yeah, lie on these giant nuts.
Shut up.
Gotcha, Tony.
So, catch us on Fox Sports Radio weekdays, 2 to 4 on the West out here in LA, 5 to 7 on the East. Everything at Covino and Rich. If you want to play along at home, follow our podcast, search Covino and Rich. We're going to throw it back on a Thursday or whenever you're watching this. Big Trouble in Little China style. Let's go. It's all in the reflexes.
And for me, it's a little throwback to a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
Let's go Grimace. The Mets need to keep up with some of the hottest teams in baseball, like the Padres and the D-backs, and the Braves are slipping. So baseball's heating up. Football's about to start. So great time to be a sports fan.
Absolutely. So on today's show, we're going to talk about songs with great old school sports references.
Like the most random ones.
Yeah. To us. According to us, you could add to the list because there's a story about Drake. And I'm calling our first discussion, you can call it whatever you want.
Oh, okay.
Beards are false advertising. That's what I'm calling it.
Oh, I thought I was going to name it Saved by the Beard.
Or, for guys like Spot, yeah, man, the beard really helped him out here.
There are some people without the beard. They would be completely different. Like we're talking, you could go from a guy that's slaying it to a guy that would get no booty. Guy that guys think he's a cool guy, or who's that nerd?
Like,
a beard could change it all.
Do you remember that movie, I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker, with Keenan Ivory Wayans? He's with this woman, and she takes off her wig, she takes off her eyelashes, she takes off all her makeup, then she starts taking off her legs, and he's like, what? That's not what he thought was going on here. For me, that's the beard for women. You can see I'm hating. Look, I've had facial hair for a long time. It's a little gray now, so I don't grow it in as much. Rich, you've rocked the beard, so I'm not hating on the beard. It adds character. But what's really going on underneath that beard is my question.
You got to decide, well, first of all, what is a beard? Like what I have now, this is a scruff. But it's a beard, because if I was clean shaven, I would look different. But I'm talking guys like our video producer Spot, who, listen, when I met this guy, way different than the guy taking gym selfies now with his muscles and beard.
Right.
Hey Spot, why don't you show everyone a little before and after of yourself before we get into this story about Matt Eberflus?
Who's the real Spot?
Why are you coming for me? What did I do to you?
Because I'll be honest, I feel like you're culprit number 1.
What did I do to you?
Look at him.
Here's the now.
Yeah, you go to that spot when I first met him.
So what's going on underneath that beard is what I want to know.
And then this is the now.
Oh, get out of here. See, that beard works magic.
True story. Spot went to the barber.
Yep.
And brought a picture of Travis Kelce.
And said, hook it up. But he's had that beard for a while now. It becomes the look. It really changes a guy, not only in your physical appearance, it changes their attitude big time. And the biggest story actually aired this week. Have you guys watched Chicago Bears Hard Knocks on HBO Max?
Oh, do you mean the Caleb Williams documentary?
Well, it's mostly about Caleb Williams so far. But there was a major part of the episode that was about head coach Matt Eberflus. I had to look it up because he's 54. Yeah, that's Matt Eberflus.
What?
Who? Yeah.
What?
Yeah, exactly. Because prior to, recent episodes, you pictured him as a tired old white guy. Yeah. He's a 54-year-old guy, but that's kind of how you knew him, right? Well, in the offseason, he started to let the scruff grow, and the beard was coming in. And his pretty attractive younger wife.
Oh.
I mean, she looked
he's an NFL coach.
Yeah.
Oh.
She was like, why don't you let it grow out? It looks good. And he's like, you think so?
I mean, you have an attractive younger girlfriend and you're just a radio podcaster.
Yeah. So it's not that far-fetched, right? He's like, you think so? She's like, yeah, it looks good. And he's like, oh. So he starts letting the beard grow out. And I'm ad-libbing the story here on Hard Knocks, right? Because this is the only part where they divert from Caleb Williams.
Back to Caleb Williams.
Yeah, no. He goes, well, what about the hair? The hair sort of looks like, tired and gray and head coach and She's like, yeah, why don't you get a Ryan Reynolds sort of haircut? So he takes the Ryan Reynolds picture, brings it to the barber. They give him a sweet little fade up, shape up. And now he's looking like an Adonis now. And
That's
now
amazing.
he's really feeling him. Even the wife goes,
Is that
you know
Deadpool?
what? He thinks he's a lot cooler now. And then she goes, he is a lot cooler now.
Dude, even his name would Eberflus sounded like a weenie. Now the guy's got to change the image.
Now
Chicago
Eberflus is on the loose.
Listen, I'm not. You could say who gives a shit about a beard, but I feel like his new cool image goes with the new cool Chicago Bears vibe.
Dude.
This team has revamped and retooled and rebranded so much. Their coach even got cooler.
I couldn't agree with you more. Of course, we're taking shots at people with their beard. Hey, what's going on underneath that beard? It's
what's
false
doing?
advertising. But it does add a lot to the vibe. It works for a lot of people. It could work for you. Just switch it up. I think he's bringing a different sense of confidence to the team, and he looks cooler to a young, cooler team. I think he's building that relationship with Caleb Williams. He now looks like that.
Yo.
It's crazy, the difference. And by the way, Spot,
There's no way this is the same guy.
let me tell you, the pictures don't do it justice.
This
When
is
you
the
see
same
him
guy?
interacting and you see him moving now, he seems like a cooler guy, a more relevant guy with the modern day
Did he
beard
go
look.
to-
It works for him.
Did he go to Turkey?
And by the way, Rich, I'm
get a
glad
little
You know what I mean?
I
His
wasn't
hair
the
looks a
only
little more
one.
full, too.
I wasn't the only one that really sort of noticed how great he looks because it became like a trending thing. Like, hold on. After the episode aired, everyone's like, have you seen Matt Eberflus? And now you guys know. And that makes us think of some of these before and afters that really changed the guy and how he looked and maybe the trajectory of their image and career.
Well, a lot of times money helps, right? And
Yeah.
people getting hair work done, or just
Well, that's the old meme. It's like you're not ugly, you're just poor.
you grow into your look too. And I think of Steve Carell. Now, listen, I get it because sometimes the role calls for it, but when he was Michael Scott on The Office, even in early seasons when he was losing the hairline versus Steve Carell when he's on the morning show on Apple TV, or just current day Steve Carell, he's got the scruff with the glasses, a little gray. That's
Well,
the same guy? Come
You
on.
said it, Rich. If you ever backtracked and watched The Office, you realize that he was thinning out big time,
Yeah.
bigly, and then probably took that flight to Turkey, like you said, got the all-inclusive, got the transplant, the hair plugs.
But the beard helped too.
The beard helped, and he went from like goofy Steve Carell, lovable Steve Carell, to like, I think women see him as a sexy older guy, like a sex symbol almost. And he is. He's a handsome dude.
Now, there are guys that are handsome, that even with a clean shave, they look handsome, but the beard makes women lose their shit. Like the Clooney's and Ryan Reynolds. And there's guys that are handsome with or without the beard. But I think the top of the list when it comes to handsome without the beard, but with the beard, I mean, I just said it. Spot took a picture to the barbershop. Travis Kelce with the beard makes him way cooler.
Way cooler. Yeah.
Here's him without the beard.
Yeah, not that cool. I mean, big football player. I'm not saying he's ugly or anything, but that beard really took him next level.
I mean, that guy gets some booty. This guy gets the #1 pop star in the world.
Yeah, gets Taylor Swift booty.
Yeah.
It really helps. So let this motivate you or inspire you. But again, not to shoot you down. Travis Kelce, we know what's going on underneath because we've seen it.
Yeah.
There's some other people you meet, for all you know, they're hiding like a really weak chin under there. So ladies, when you have a kid with no chin, you fell for the trap.
Yeah. It's like meeting a girl that got work done.
Yeah.
What's our kid going to look like? All right, let me hit you up with another one. Let's go to the hip hop world. Drake.
Oh, no.
We saw him growing up, but we all picture Drake with the pretty sweet chiseled beard. Clean shaven Drake, sort of a nerd. No?
So are you.
Again,
I mean,
changed his
facts.
image completely. That's like Degrassi Drake, nice guy, lovable Drake. You know, on the right, now you got, hey, I'm
Smooth.
beefing with some diss tracks and happy because I'm getting some booty, Drake, with
Yeah.
that beard.
how about a baseball player that let the Yankees destroy his whole look? You know what I'm thinking of?
Of course I know. I mean, it's been done many a times. You're not thinking Johnny Damon. You're thinking Kevin Youkilis.
Kevin Youkilis was he was your quintessential cowboy up Red Sox.
And by the
with
way,
the beard and
in the photo you see there, his beard is pretty
You have to
well
see
groomed. He had a gross beard going on for a while.
Wait for this side by side, though.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a great example of what a beard could do for you.
He lost all intimidation factor. Yeah, he was not comfortable. You know, it's a confidence killer. Look at it. Look at
looks
this
like
from
Uncle
his
Fester.
perspective. Spot, I bet when you get your beard trimmed up and your sweet fade as you got right now, anybody can relate to that sweet, fresh haircut. You feel like a sense of false confidence.
Yeah, you feel like the man.
You feel like the man. If someone's forcing you to change that look.
This yesterday. Look at this.
Yeah.
You think Kevin Youkilis ever felt great about looking like that without the beard? You grow accustomed to that look, man. And I bet you're scared to see what you look like without that beard.
I'm not, no.
You know, it's like when you saw your dad without his mustache as a kid. You're like, oh!
You know, former Yankee, now Met, Severino, they asked him, what's the biggest difference between playing crosstown, Queens or the Bronx, New York Yankees, New York Mets? He jokingly said, the biggest difference? Yeah, with the Mets, I don't have to shave and look like a nerd.
It's definitely a better look as far as intimidation factor in sports. There's no question about it.
But you know what? Like every conversation we have.
So is beard false advertising, or does the beard make the man?
Like every conversation we have on Overpromised and Covino Rich, I know you like a lesson to be learned or a number one answer on the board.
Okay.
There's clearly a number one. A guy that is known as the beard. A guy that before the beard was as intimidating as a schoolboy. And now he's an NBA superstar. Used to be called James Softon. Now he's James Harden. This is the best example by far.
James Softon on the left, James Harden on the right.
I have another photo. Is this real?
Yes, that's James Softon. Yes.
Maybe.
That's
I don't
him.
think that's real.
Maybe not, but it might as well be, because what's doing under there is the question.
This is the real one.
And by the way, you said he's known for the beard. Honestly, can I give honorable mention and give credit to where I think credit's due? And I think we often forget how the beard came back. It's been around. It came back, and it's been around for a long time now. I think courtesy
Who are you
of
giving a shout out to? Chester A. Arthur?
Chester A.
Rutherford
Arthur.
B. Hayes?
No. Brian Wilson, not the Beach Boy, the pitcher. Fear the beard. He's the guy that brought it back. And he used to dye it. If you're looking at it and you're thinking, is that even real? Yes, but he would dye it. And no, dude, people rallied around that beard and it became a thing. When you think back, yeah, you think James Harden and you think of all the Red Sox players, but he was the first guy to really, in my recent memory, to bring it back and own it and run with it. And that's how it became such a thing. I'm giving him honorable mention here on the show today, but I do pose the question based on the reinvention, the new look of Matt Eberflus. Does the beard make the man, or is this false advertising? That's not Matt Eberflus. We know the real man.
Now he's Matty E or Matthew.
But I'm telling you got to watch the show because, you know, Rich, I think you hit the nail on the head. This gives the team a different sort of vibe.
Yeah.
You don't have that tired 54-year-old looking
even the coach got
sleepy coach.
Even the coach got a glow up. I mean, the team, they have their wide receiving core, their quarterback, and their coach all got a glow up in the offseason. So, hey, Bears fans should be excited for mostly what's going on the field. But now that your coach has more confidence, you can't argue that, right?
Hey, Spine, you ever shave the beard or no?
I wouldn't if I were you.
Not right now.
It completes the look.
Maybe once it goes fully gray. If it because they're starting to get a little
Yeah, but then think of all the Santa Claus work you could get.
No, I don't know.
Yeah. All right, well, there you go.
Hey, something else we wanted to get to today on Overpromised.
Speaking of Drake, you know, we were just talking about Drake. He's in the news this week. At first, I wasn't sure if it was true. I'm like, is this true? But he confirmed his romance with tennis quote, greatest woman of all time.
Oh, quote.
Tennis quote, Serena Williams. They had a thing going on in 2015. It's official, and that means the song Too Good was indeed about Serena Williams.
Off the air?
Yeah.
Earlier, before we started recording the pod, Covino goes, yo, is he still banging her? I'm like, no! I'm like, this is a long time ago.
She's been married for
She's been married
years now.
You write a song like that about somebody, you never know.
Yeah, maybe is he still trying to slip in there is what you're saying? But
I've always thought there's so many men out there professing their love, writing these beautiful women songs for women. Not enough women writing like love songs about men. Like the only one I can think of is like, Bill, I love you so, I always will. Bill must have been curling the toes.
Bill.
How many songs do you know where the woman's shouting out the dude?
Not many.
Not many. Right? It's usually like hateful songs. So anyway, the song Too Good is about Serena Williams, confirmed, and it got us thinking here on Overpromised. Well, if he's shouting out tennis legend, what are some other old school sports shout-outs in music. So songs with great old school sports references.
Well, I think
what comes to mind?
You gotta start me. I mean, I don't know when this song came out. Probably when I was not even born yet or a little baby.
I'll say what they say on your favorite show. Was it the Goldbergs?
That was a great show back in the
1980
day.
something.
It was 1980 something.
It was early 80s.
And Curtis Blow gave shout outs to everybody. Basketball is my favorite sport.
I like the way they dribble up and down the court, just like I'm the king of the microphone. So is Dr. J and Moses Malone.
Those were great shout outs. I think, could it be they were the first athletes to get shouted out in a song? It has to be, right?
When you bring up songs with great old school sports references, it's the first one that comes to mind.
Well, because every hip hop song now will throw in one lyric about a current NBA or NFL player. It's commonplace now. But back then, I'd argue that who else would have done it? Rapper's Delight?
Maybe.
Have you ever went over a friend's house to eat? No, this is number one.
I'm just hoping that you hear some Curtis Blow over the Olympics this weekend when they do some breakdancing. Now, that would be cool.
I can't wait for breakdancing. You're a big Yankees fan, and I know you wanted to throw this in here just because you love the scooter.
I'm throwing this in there because anytime this song comes on in the bar, everyone loves to sing along, and they love me. All of a sudden, everybody loves Meatloaf. Oh, I love this song.
Love Meatloaf.
Paradise by the Dashboard Light. I don't really love this song. I don't necessarily love Meatloaf.
Let me sleep on it.
Yeah. baby, let me sleep on it. Now, I don't hate Meatloaf by any means. I think he was a great actor and performer. He's completely underrated. Dude sold like 100 million albums. Look it up.
Meatloaf.
But the part I like about this song,
you loved him in Fight Club.
As a Yank, his name was Robert Paulson. What I love about the song is, and it's not everybody knows this, that's Phil Rizzuto, the scooter, calling the home run call. You know,
of course, yeah.
Not everybody knows that. You're a New York kid. I brought it up at Fox Sports. People are like, "Who?"
That's the shittiest part of the song.
Scooter.
That's like the breakdown where everyone at a wedding can't dance during Phil Rizzuto.
Spoken like a goofy Mets fan with a Grimace shirt on. As a Yankees fan, I always thought that was awesome. I grew up watching Phil Rizzuto call the game, and he's in the song, a song that everybody knows. Well, his home run call. And he's running down the base. His baseball call is in there. Holy cow. This kid really makes things happen. It's Phil Rizzuto.
Yeah, Phil Rizzuto.
So not everybody knows that, but now you do. That's all you get. Old school sports reference.
Let me hit you up with a rando one.
And by the way, if there's a kiddie watching, Phil Rizzuto, the scooter, played second base for the Yankees. He won an MVP and became a longtime broadcaster for the Yankees.
He earned his pinstripes, from what I hear.
He sure did.
I got another one. Now, she has a new album coming out next month. You probably haven't heard of her in a long time.
Unstoppable.
But she was hot in the 2000s. Nelly Furtado.
Hot in the 2000s. Have you seen them cakes in 2024?
She was going to put all auto-tune on her new album. She's a teenager who's like, Mom, that's lame. So she's a mom now.
Curtis Blow is writing a song as we speak called These Are the Cakes.
Nelly Furtado. She shouted out Steve Nash.
She says, is your game MVP just like Steve Nash? Something like that. Spot, can you sing it for us?
Is your game MVP like Steve Nash?
I always thought that stood out too. I'm like, look, Steve Nash getting a shout out from Nelly Furtado in Timbaland.
She was very seductive and sultry.
Another one that you gotta remember. For some reason, you think this is my favorite one because it might be.
You reference this more than Outkast
because every time I hear this athlete's name, I want to sing it. Catch the beat running like Randy Moss in the whole world.
I haven't heard that song. Do you play that on Pop 2K?
We don't.
You don't?
We don't play that song much.
What?
Catch a beat running like Randy Moss.
And, it does make you think. Like you said, it is commonplace to hear a lot of shout outs and references to athletes in rap songs today. But you think Randy Moss felt cool or Steve Nash felt cool about that back then? I would imagine so.
I mean, who doesn't, right? I mean, everyone would be honored. In fact, people would say even when Eminem makes fun of them, it's an honor.
Eminem throws a lot of the same names out, like Christopher Reeve. He loves talking about that guy.
Of Superman.
Leave Superman out of this.
Yeah. Can I throw one more at you? And Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Yeah.
I always thought this was interesting because I guarantee this guy never thought he would ever get shouted out. And I think he got shouted out just because his name rhymed with snare, like snare drum.
I think there's some people who don't follow sports, have no idea who, they only know the name from the song.
Okay. Well, Jay-Z and Beyonce, they had a song Deja Vu. And the first lyric of the song starts out with, I used to run bass like Juan Pierre, and then it ends with, now I run bass, hi-hat, and snare. And I'm like, did he just shout out Juan Pierre because Pierre rhymes with snare?
Was probably at the gym one day, headphones on, he's like, Jay-Z's rapping about me? What? Juan Pierre, known for stealing bases, man. Fast as hell. He had the quickness. He had some speed. But to me, such a cool honor. Again, hear it all the time nowadays, but those are songs with great old school sports references or shout outs, random ones that came to mind for us. But that's where we get you involved. Fox Sports Radio, Overpromised Nation. You could chime in. What comes to mind for you? At Covino and Rich, at Fox Sports Radio, hashtag Overpromised.
And we'll see you guys later on. Until then, hey, pass this along to your friends.
Yeah, enjoy the Olympics, breakdancing, itching for a scratch, electric boogaloo, and celebrate my birthday weekend. Let's go.
Perfect. Arrivederci, baby.
See you in the Overpromised land.
Peace out.